Today, on the Market Discovery and Product Fit Show, we hear from Keaton Skidnesky, the CEO and founder of Thrifty Books.
Well, Keaton, thank you so much for coming back on the show and talking with us. I'm so glad you can make it. Please tell us, what is your business plan about?
Cool. Thanks for having me on, Martine. So, the idea of our business is we're just trying to save college students money on textbooks because college students spend way too much money on their textbooks, and most of the time they don't even use the textbooks. So, our idea is to allow students to digitally rent individual chapters from those works instead of shelling out hundreds of dollars for material that they're not going to use. I mean, the slogan of our company is only pay for what you're going to use.
Well, tell us, how did you come up with this idea?
Of course. So it all started when I was a sophomore in college, and I was so tired of shelling out hundreds of dollars every single semester for textbooks. When I got to the end of the semester, half the time I didn't even use them, and then when I tried to resell them to the bookstore, they hardly even gave me enough money to go and buy myself a Chipotle. So I thought there had to be a better option. So I was thinking about digitally renting the actual chapters that I was going to use. This way it would save money for students.
But aren't there already plenty of textbook rental companies?
Yeah, of course. And that's a good point, because students are already looking for ways to save money, and that's why there are textbook rental companies. So one of the biggest problems with textbook rental companies is students still have to make the financial commitment to rent an entire book when they're shelling out a lot of money for expensive material when they don't even use it. And so we're basically opening up an entirely new facet of the market because we're combining the rental aspect, but we're also allowing students to rent just the little bits of the book that they are going to use.
I know you've been really busy collecting starting data. Would you care to share some of that information with us?
Yeah, of course. So my team and I, we circulated a survey around campus, and we had over 80 respondents back. And one thing we found, over 75% of students said they use less than 1/4 of their textbook. And on average, students spend $321.51 a semester or quarter on just textbooks. This means they're only getting $109 of value out of their textbooks because they only use 34% of them. That's pretty much like they were throwing away $200 of value. And then we also did research online and at the DU bookstore. And one thing we found is that the textbook market right now is dominated by an oligopoly of the five biggest textbook hub publishers. Talking Houghton Mifflin, Pearson, McGraw-Hill, Cengage Learning, and Harcourt Publishing. And then according to NBC News, college textbook prices have risen by 1,041% since 1977. This far outstrips both the price of inflation as well as even the crazy high price of college. Textbooks are just becoming ridiculously expensive. And then when we investigated one reason behind these skyrocketing costs, one of the biggest factors is due to the principal-agent dilemma. So textbook companies make these new content and send out salesmen who pitch the textbooks to the teachers. And teachers naturally want whatever's best for the students. Say, okay, I like this textbook, it has all the material I want, this is what I want my students to read. So the textbook company's like, awesome, so this is exactly what it is. Then the teachers say, okay, I'm going to put this on my syllabus and I'm going to make it required reading. The problem is the professors don't have to be savvy shoppers and compare quality to the price like what a student would do. This is also the same reason why you're going to be shocked at how high the cost of plumbing repairs are, because the plumber is naturally going to want whatever the best for you. They're not concerned about how much it's going to cost you, so they're just going to pick whatever's best. And this is the same problem for students. They say, okay, this is required reading, I have to go buy it. That's a big issue.
Wow, thanks. I didn't even realize that. Now, this idea sounds great and all, but aren't there any big challenges that could throw a wrench at your business plan?
Yeah, of course. And so one of the biggest issues that we deal with are the legal issues with textbook rental, because all the material inside a textbook is someone's intellectual property. And so one of our challenges is convincing content producers to offer the material through us, and we do this by showing them that's more financially lucrative opportunity because otherwise, I mean, that's one reason why so many students resort to not even buying a textbook or finding free versions online. This is what costs the content producers money. It's another contributing reason why textbook prices are jacking up. And then also, at Thrifty Books, we really take the whole issue of digital security very seriously, because pirates are constantly trying to steal our work and offer it online for free. And it seems that every time we kind of find a new countermeasure, digital pirates have become a little bit sneakier, and they find ways around our measures so they can offer it. So we have to stay on top of technology. And then one really cool thing about Thrifty Books is we are anti-cyclical, which means when the economy is doing well, we do well. But when the economy is doing poorly, we do even better, because students are constantly trying to find ways to save money, and when the economy is bad, they're looking for ways to save even more money. And that's why they come to us, because we're the cheapest option. Also, a great opportunity for us is students are constantly going to college, and content producers are going to be making new material all the time. So this gives us a constant flow of new information that we can offer through our company.
And how have students and teachers reacted to your idea?
So the response we've gotten are overwhelmingly positive. So students really like the interface and how easy it is to digitally rent their textbooks and to use them, instead of having to haul around like 100 pounds of textbooks where they run the risk of like slipping a disc. Then professors, they also like the fact that it makes it so easy for them. Also that we offer the ability to make digital course packs, which make it really easy for students to get a more custom or like tailored course plan. And also, so a lot of our customers, they're mostly college students, but also since we make it so easy just to rent the integral parts of a textbook, people like college graduates who like learn all this stuff and they want to keep their books around to refresh themselves, instead of like buying all those books and keeping the commitment, instead of selling them back, now they have access to all the different books. They can just go online and they can just rent little bits, touch back up on their knowledge. That's what's really cool about Thrifty Books.
Wow, I am so glad you were able to share this information. I definitely have a couple people in my life who could benefit from your business. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thanks so much, Martine. Thanks for having me.
Of course.